Been expecting you.
Shame. Don't you know ponytails are out this season?
Piss off! Bollocks to plan, eh? I like this. Up yours, arso. You ain't worth a toss. Perret! The geezer you want, Perret. He's Perret.
Who the hell is Perret?
The bloke with me in prison. He's the governor.
Yeah, where's he now? Where's the governor?
You are strong. Very strong. Strongest so far. But you're nearly dead. For what? Make the radio call. I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon! Why not an axe?
Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
And keep the stitches small.
What are you doing?
Oh, just checking to see if I was standing on plastic.
Diplomatic community.
Oh, I think we'd go straight to the straw. Hook, line, and sinker.
Who said we were terrorists? You really an American? You idiot. The police. It's him.
Have a nice day.
There we go, the best of British. And that's not even half the ones I found. But I'll take any suggestions. So we'll start with Brian James is not included from Tango and Cash because he's playing British, but he was born in California. So sorry, Brian. God bless you and all. Sad loss to the acting world, but Brian is not an English actor. He's doing a terrible English accent. Governor. Also not included. Get his bloody name now. You know, from Cliffhanger. You know him. Oh yes, got some suggestions coming in. All right. And Kevin Spacey in See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I think he's supposed to be British, but he's not British himself, so it's only the actors that are British. Yes, me, the best British villain. Thank you, Josh. Diplomatic community, yes. British playing. They normally play as someone else, aren't they? Alan Rickman's a German. He's a South African, Josh Ackland, bless him. The bloke in Passenger Fish to 7. Oh, yeah, that's on the list, so yeah. What's his name? Payne, isn't it? Bruce Payne. Now, I'm going to have to double check some of these because, like Bruce Willis, they might not be born where you think they are. So Bruce Willis was born in Germany, I believe. So let's see where Bruce Payne is, because we'll trust that. Bruce Payne of Highlander something fame, one of the older Highlanders. He is, if it was only so quick, born in Woking in Surrey. You can get much more British than that, so there we go. He did a few films where he's the bad guy, although if he was in modern films, he'd be the misunderstood guy. Doesn't matter how evil you are, you're just misunderstood. Highlander Endgame, I'm trying to think of. He's probably done, he's still doing films, bless him. I should get in touch. But obviously he's known for How Do You Like Your Steak, Sir? Bloody. Is it safe? Of course, I forgot. I don't have Marathon Man. I only saw it for the first time a couple of months ago. And Sir Laurence Olivier, of course, yes, playing a right bastard. Now, what makes these lovely British people such good bad people? We shall find out in a minute. Fairbanks, yes, multiple Fairbanks is in Cliffhanger. He does count as a British bad guy. Season's over, assholes, indeed. Good evening, Ramon. How are you? Nice to see you here. Gary Oldman, he is here. He is quite a few in on this one. I forgot Air Force One. I didn't bring it down. But yeah, Lost in Space. Bad guy. Leon, or Leon the Professional, or just the Professional. Bad guy. Crazy bad. But yeah. What was it, the 90s? Yeah, those three films cemented him as one of the bad guys to go for, because Hannibal, he's uncredited in that. Julian Sands in Warlock, yes. Who's in Warlock 2? Where's my Warlock 2? God damn it. Oh, there it is. Maybe it's Warlock 3 I got to hit, but there he is. Julian Sands, bless him. Sad loss as well. Probably said that a lot tonight, but yeah, he was a terrific bad guy. Good guy in Arachnophobia. I'm trying to think what else he did. Boxing Elena. Christopher Lee, of course, yes. The thing is, I don't have many Christopher Lee films. I guess I could have bought Lord of the Rings. But yes, Christopher Lee, of course, Dracula, a load of Hammer films. He was good and bad. Star Wars, I could have bought down, couldn't I? But yes. Oh no, I would say Howling 2, but he's a good guy in that. That's what's right next to me. But yes. And General Zod, yes, I was just looking for more Superman 2. But I don't have it on VHS. It's in a sealed box set, so I didn't want to bring that down. But yes, Terrence Stamp, who's obviously Zod in technically 2 films. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. But he, trying to think what else he's been in that. I can't say. Adventures of Queen of the Desert is a bad guy. So, he hasn't made a film in 4 years, and he's only going to be in Priscilla 2 next year or this year. But yes, he is in a lot of things. Ben Kingsley is indeed. He's in. I don't have Sexy Beast, so he has played a bad guy before in Sneakers. But he's playing an American in that one. Spoiler: he's the bad guy in that. The man with the golden gun, of course. Well, you shouldn't steal your internet from the neighbours there, Mike, if it's buffering. I think Josh says it's all right. Hopefully it's all right. I'm getting no warnings on my end. But yes, now, British bad guys, why were they so popular? Was it because... No. Not my on Peak Tongue, right there you go. Die Hard from, was it 1988 or 89 in the UK? With Alan Rickman on fine form in his first film as well. He was so they went to see him on stage and thought he was the right man for the job on that one. Obviously, the accent it is. But yeah, but Alan Rickman's German, but very posh German, I guess, in Die Hard. And of course, where was he? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He was playing English in that. Outdoing Costner on that one. But then, where's Die Hard 3? And of course, his brother, by Jeremy Irons, also known for playing the baddie or two in that one. Hook, line, and sinker, as we'd say. I think it's the acting too. A lot of stage actors. That is also true. Now, I did have... no, my Rocketeer is missing at the moment because the sleeve is away with the man that co-wrote the screenplay. So I was going to see. Timothy Dalton's in the Rocketeer as the bad guy. Spoilers for that if you haven't seen it. It is sort of a twist halfway through. Always part when they're playing Brits. That is also true. Daniel Craig, I guess, was a bad guy in The Road to Perdition, but he's not the main bad guy. But as we skim through this, let's have a look, see if we can think of any reason. Now, I've interviewed a few bad guys. Was it Matthias Hughes? Lovely bloke. I can never remember his name. Guy from Project Shadow Chaser. All good lads in the end. I don't think of other famous people, but yeah, they're normally very good blokes in real life and really nice, pleasant people to be with. I don't think so far any of the ones we've mentioned have been wanted for anything, but let's have a look. This is Terrence Stamp. He's in Wanted. I'm trying to think of something else that he's been in. No, Red Planet. He was all right. He was a puppet, I guess, in Star Wars Episode 1. He's in Real McCoy, but I can't remember what he does in that. Oh, he's the very bad guy in Alien Nation, the film. I don't know if he's a bad guy in Young Guns. haven't seen that for a while. But he is the devil in the company of wolves. So, could go either way. But yeah, he has done so many films, I wouldn't know where to start. Ah, there you go. Someone's got ahead of me. Dalton's basically Errol Flynn. Whether Errol Flynn was with the Nazis, we'll never know. Craig is the villain in Tomb Raider. He is. I did bring that down. So yes, Tomb Raider 1. Daniel Craig is, for some reason, against that. Laura Croft. I did bring the second one down. Where is it? Or I didn't, because I couldn't work out. No, I didn't bring the second one down because now I think Gerald Butler's in it. I don't think he's the bad guy, is he? I can't remember who the bad guy is. It's not the best film. Is Tomb Raider. Which one's it called? No, not The Legend. I want Tomb Raider. Who's the second guy? Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life. Who's the bad guy in that? Oh, Syrian Hins. I don't think he's yes, Gerald Butler's playing both sides for a bit, I think. But Syrian Hans is born in Northern Ireland, so I'm counting that as British. Even though some people might get upset by that. He is, but he does redeem himself in the end. Oh, he gets shot, doesn't he, trying to save her? The cockney bloke from Football Factory in Lockstock. Which one is that? I can't think of his name. Kind of. Me, a British actor in an 80s film, because I was just watching. I was watching The Wild Geese, which they're all good guys. Richard Harris, Roger Moore, and Richard Burton, but they're mercenaries. But do that what you will. But of course, Operation Wild Geese 2, doesn't have anyone. But Tim Curry, of course. Yeah, I guess he's bad in Rocky Horror, but he's especially bad in Legend, isn't he? Very bad, man. Very bad. I'm trying to think of anything behind me apart from Die Hard. Oh, yeah, I see one. Right. Jesse's. Oh, sorry, Bartram. I thought you were someone else over that logo. Good evening, sir. Jesse's here. He's the main bad guy in Real McCoy. He forces Kim Basinger to rob a bank by kidnapping her kid. Now, I saw that. I think I haven't seen that since it came out. But yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. Bedazzle's here. Good afternoon. No, it's evening here. Evening all. This is a good topic of conversation. I did think so, and then I didn't, and then I did. So hence we're here. But of course, there's Bond films galore. And the last obvious ones, Anthony Hopkins and Brian Cox played Hannibal Lecter. Now, I didn't include those two, but I technically chose one of them, did I? Oh, yeah, Brian Cox, because I guess he is the bad guy, but he's not the main bad guy in this. No, Anthony Hopkins, they're after someone else. They're just helping out. But, of course, Brian Cox is the bad man in X-Men 2. And an episode of Morse. Spoilers. But I think Anthony Hopkins, I'm trying to think of it, apart from obviously Hannibal Lecter, did he play? He's made 100 films. He must have played a bad guy in another one. Sir Anthony Hopkins, actor for The Silence of the Lambs. Let's have a look if he played any bad guys. Nixon, Hitchcock. Some people don't like those. Let's go back a bit. He's a composer as well, apparently. Thor Ragnarok, no. The Wolfman, I guess, maybe he could be. Fracture. He played the bad guy in Fracture, of course. Spoilers. Although it's pretty obvious. Mission Impossible, Meet Joe Black, Instinct. Can't remember that one. The Edge, I guess he was a bad guy in The Edge, as far as I remember. Was he the bad guy in Free Jack? It's another one I haven't seen for a very long time. Desperate Hours, I think he was the one kidnapped by Mickey Rourke, wasn't he? Or his family. And then, well, moving on from him, Richard Attenborough, of course, with his Wee Flea Circus, but then in, was it 10 Ridlington Place? He's a serial killer. No going back from that one. Where am I? I'm into the 70s now, so with magic. Technically, I suppose maybe magic counts, but we shall see. Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins, bless him. I don't think I picked up any with him. Because I don't have the Jet Li film. But Bob Hoskins, I'm trying to think. I guess in Hook, he's on the bad guy's side. Those telephone adverts were annoying. It's good to talk. And The Long Good Friday, I guess. He's a violent gangster. So, yes. He's in that. But, I don't know. I have to say, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? But he is the good guy. And, I didn't know he was in a Tales of a Crypt episode. But, yes, Hook. Oh, Shattered, he's a good guy. Heart Condition, he's a racist, so, but he learns a lesson. But he's done a lot of films. Hard to keep up what he's done. But if you know any, let me know. Tim Curry is frightening even when he's playing good. Yes, you can't trust him. Of course, Pennywise, I forgot Pennywise. The ultimate. It's up in the Stephen King section. It's, yeah, how could I forget him eating little kiddies? Unleashed, that's it. It's also known as Danny the Dog in some countries. I think it was Danny the Dog in our country. But yes, another bastard. Tim Curry is bad in Home Alone. He does the great good smile. Yes, he could have been a great Joker, couldn't he, with that smile? Is he bad, or is he just a job's worth? Or is it the same thing? Let's have a look. What country is Hannibal Lecter meant to be from? I'm thinking it's Eastern European, isn't it? And if you watch Hannibal Rising, the prequel, which is quite bad, it doesn't make like a sense. Bloody hell, that's nearly 20 years since that, 2007. No, it doesn't tell you where it's not justified, but understandable is what becomes of Lecter. But yeah, of course, they had to put on a mask and stuff, so you knew what it was about. It doesn't say where. It's definitely Eastern Europe. Hopkins, there you go. Hopkins is the ventriloquist in Magic. That's it, I guess. Although you could say Michael Caine in The Hand on that, right? Patrick Stewart was a very bad guy in Conspiracy Theory. Yes, he does. But he's a bad guy in what, Life Force, but only because he gets possessed. Where's my lights? Aha, what's Dream Warriors in 80s? It's supposed to be in the sunset. Right. Oh, there's Manhunter. That's Manhunter. Terrible poster. What else you got? Can't forget Charles Dance. Yes, so the big joke being, in Last Action Hero, they wanted, of course, Alan Rickman to play the bad guy, but he wanted too much money, so they got Charles Dance, who did a fantastic job. But the only thing was, he wore a T-shirt on set that said "cheaper than Alan Rickman," which is available in my store as a joke. But what has Charles Dance done that's so bad, or he's so bad? He's good in, I guess he has a dark past in Alien 3. He's technically the biggest bad guy in Game of Thrones. Let's have a look. What's he up to? Oh, he's in the Day of the Jackal TV show. I've not seen that. I don't fancy that. Let's have a look. Did he play Master Mole? He's video games. He's in Ghostbusters 2016. It's probably going to be old, so let's zip back in time. What else has he done? He's done so much I've never even heard of. I don't know if he's bad as Space Truckers. I didn't even know he was in there. Last Action Hero. Prime Minister in Mission Impossible episode. He was Ian Fleming in GoldenEye, the TV movie. White Mischief. I remember that. Oh, Golden Child, of course, is probably, if I kept up with the comments, people, yep, were shouting at me. And yes, Dancers Bad in Thrones, a show I know. There you go. Well spotted, sir. Yes, it is Electric Blue. Just for your 007 eyes only. Right. Let's me catch up back where we were. So, I would say he was more of a flawed character, Magic. He wasn't a good guy, though. Yes, that is true. I presumed Lecter was a Yank. Aha. I think, yeah, I don't. As far as I know, it's Eastern European. Someone out there who's read the books might tell me. Excuse me, I've just shot someone. Such a great film, yes. Stephen Burkoff is a big one. Yes, we do have the trilogy here. So, also we've got, of course, in the opening titles, or the opening video, he had, of course, he's in Rambo First Blood Part 2. I think he only does films for the money, so he can do his theatre work, and of course, in Beverly Hills Cop, bad guy in that, and of course, Ultra Pushy. There, Roger. But yeah, so where is he? Not Count Orlov, just Orlov. But yes, there he is. He is Charles Dance with Zadi Numtsa, Brother Numtsi. It was Unleashed here. Why don't I know Daniel the dog? Okay, I'm completely wrong. Don't pay any attention to me. Charles Dance and Ian McKellen are the best things about Last Action Hero. Of course, Ian McKellen, how could I forget? Magneto. I didn't have X-Men. And of course, Act Pupil. He's probably done a bit more. Because, yeah. Yes. Magneto is a misunderstood character, isn't he? If you watch the first X-Men film. He's a good in Lord of the Rings. What else is he in? Gods and Monsters. Richard III. I don't know. I'm not up on my Shakespeare, but I think he might have been a bad guy. But there's another one that's done hundreds of films. Right. King Lear, Hobbit, The Wolverine, uncredited, Golden Compass, Voice. He was in the Dougal movie as Zebedee. Was Zebedee the bad guy? X-Men. At Pupil, there it is. Rasputin, but he was Tsar Nicholas II. He was in The Shadow. Oh, he's possessed to do bad things in that one. Scandal, he was John Perfumo, another, I guess you could say, a flawed character. He's in The Keep, but I don't know. I can't remember if he's good or bad. But yeah, he's played Macbeth. Same year as Jack and Ori. But yeah, he's done a lot of Shakespeare. So yes, done that. Would I seen McKellen play the Grim Reaper in another film? Well, maybe if there was ever a sequel to Last Action Hero. Here's Patrick. Come on in, Patrick. Name some British actors who play bad guys. I've still got a stack of tapes here. Have you heard the theory that Hannibal Lecter was a protege of Dr. Loomis and nurtured Michael Myers into killing his sister, then nurtured him into becoming a serial killer, taught him to drive and escape? That's an excellent theory. I've not heard of that. Lecter was played by two Brits. Yes, Mads Mikkelsen is some sort of Johnny Foreigner, isn't he? So it kind of doesn't count. And I was looking at the kid in Hannibal Rising. I should have checked when I had the chance. Is Gaspard Ueli, which I'm guessing. Oh, unfortunately, he's passed away. Bless him. He is born in Paris. So yeah. Yes, me and Jeff have done the Burkoff trilogy of watch parties. Oh, Ian's late again. He leaves on the Surbiton Junction again. God damn it. They should sort that out. It's been years. It'll be snow next. Burkoff is 87. He's at the same age since 83. Yeah, it's just like Steve Martin. Haven't aged. Right. Oh, that's a shame. Right. What were you today? Double Dragon was on TV, was it? I didn't need to buy that extra rental then. Let's have a look. Just see Michael Caine. There we go. He knows. So yes, Michael Caine. You're only supposed to blow the bloody oil rig up, but yes, somehow in a Seagal film, Michael Caine is the bad guy. God, this thing stinks. But what else has he been? I guess he's a bad guy for the Zulu Nation. The People's Daughters in what's it called? The other film, Prestige. He's not. Here we go. Now You See Me Too. I think he's the bad guy, isn't he? That's when they steal all the money from. He's a good guy in Austin Powers. Get Carter, the sequel remake. Let's go back a bit. Right. Oh, I went back too far. Shock to the System. Definitely a bad guy in that. If you've seen that, you should watch that. He's I think. Oh, he's Scrooge in Christmas Carol, so technically starts off bad. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. He's a con man, so yes, bad. Hoagie and Jaws the Red. Another time he says, "Oh, the breath on that thing." Good guy in Fourth Protocol. I think he's the good guy in Mona Lisa. Hannah and her sisters. The Hullcroft Covenant. I think he's a son of a Nazi. Blame It on Rio. I guess you could say he's sleeping with his best friend's daughter, who's roughly 18. Spoilers. Dressed to Kill, maybe. I think Eagle Has Landed. Another Nazi. So he's been on the line for a few other films as well. One of the greatest is probably James Mason, North by Northwest, Bigger Than Life, Mandingo, The Reckless Moment, 2,000 Leagues Under the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. He was probably one of the first British bad guys, yes, because everyone thinks it's Alan Rickman. I wanted to find an old one, so thank you to Ramon for that. I did not think of James Mason. Such a lovely man, I'm sure. Right, where are we going? Let's see what's next. He was bad acting in Jaws 4. At the same time, he was winning an Oscar for Hannah and Her Sister. Yes, James Mason, bloody good guy. He's a bit of a shit in Jaws. Well, people have said the background, I think it's the novelization, he's a drug runner or something. But who's that? I missed it. It finished when I noticed it was on Likely Story. Oh, Mason even took on Bronson in Cold Sweat. There you go. I'm not sure when Burkoff flopped it. He had a full head of hair on him in Clockwork Orange and The Passenger. Yes. I did see he was in Clockwork Orange earlier because I suppose technically Darth Vader is physically played by a British actor who was whatever his bloody name is. But yeah, he was from Bristol. And if you've heard the original voice he did with his strong Bristolian accent, I would that. No, I can't do Bristol. I would that she not excuse. No, that's South African. Right, Burkoff is great in Chris Morris's Brass Eye. He looks like he's in on the joke. Can't remember him in that. Was that the Cake episode, or is it Nonsense? Was Don Pleasance the bad guy in Puma Man? BBC suit. I tried to think of Donald Pleasant's bad guys, but let's have a look. I couldn't think of any. But I'm sure he has. I'm trying to think of. Damn, I do know one. I've interviewed. Was it Jack Shoulder's first film? Was it? Where is it? He was an episode of Lovejoy. Of course, he's. I think he's the bad guy in. Where is it? Is it River of Death? Yes, there it is. 10 Engines. Spoiler. Great Escape 2. He's swapped sides in that one. But yeah, he's a lot of Italian films. And what's the one I'm looking for? A lot of war films in the Philippines, or filmed in the Philippines, I should say. To Kill a Stranger. Looks like he's the bad guy in that. Is he the bad guy in Philomena or Creepers? He's done too many bloody films. Alone in the Dark, there it is, in 1982. I think is he the good guy or the bad guy in that? I know he gets a bit crazy at the end of actually Puma Man. Puma Man's got a 2.3. That might be one of the lowest scores I've ever seen on IMDb. David Warner is on the list. But what did I find him in? There it is. One of my favorites. Time After Time. David Warner's bad guy in that. He's Jack the Ripper. So yeah, can't get much worse than that. But yes, Tron, Time Bandits, 100 others. If you know any, let me know. So I've been looking all these up. Julian Glover, there you go. What did I get him for? Julian Glover. That's Last Crusade, of course. He's the Holy Grail fella who gets his comeuppance. But of course, yes, he's in Empire as General Veers. And I think is it, no, it's the other way around. Or is it? I'll get back to him. Pleasant definitely was a bad guy, you know. You only live twice, of course. He's fucking. How could I miss on that? He's a Blofeld. Very jack about that. Right. I also enjoyed Josh Ackland in the Weapon 2, exactly. Where's my Lethal Weapon 2? Oh no, I did feel it. He's also Josh Ackland, bad guy, of course, extraordinaire. But the South Africans were the bad guys of the 80s. As we'll find out on Tuesday in the Wild Geese. But Josh Ackland also bad guy in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, of course. Although he's from the future, but I don't know if he's playing English or not. Yes, Chris, of course. What's his bloody name? Who are we talking about? Not Burkoff. Julian Glover, yes. Julian Glover was in For Your Eyes Only. There's a lot of Bond films to go, so I've got a few. Let's go through the others then. I've only got the big boxes. So, of course, GoldenEye. Sean Bean. He's Northern, so he definitely is a bad guy. Then Tomorrow Never Dies is Jonathan Pryce. He's played a baddie in a few films. If you know any, let me know. And of course, Die Another Day. It was what's his name? Tony B. Stevens. There you go. His diplomatic immunity. I forgot that, fans. He's been in a few then. Yes, exactly. See, this is why you're all here to help me. Oh, I saw Josh Ackland on stage playing Captain Cook opposite Bonnie Langford flying on wires as Peter Pan. Excellent. But yeah, that would have been amazing. Kane often played dodgy characters rather than trad villains. The hand and a shot to the system. There you go. See, Dave Prowse, thank you, Ian. He is the bloke that played Darth Vader's physical form, and he was in Clockwork Orange. He was the one that bulked up Christopher Reeve for Superman. I did look at Nowhere to Run, but I couldn't remember who the bad guy was. Thank you, Jeff. It was Ackland again. Oh, Kane was the bad guy. Oh, Kane was the bad guy in Mona Lisa. Yes, so I looked at it for Hoskins. Of course, he's the good guy that falls for the whore, but it's Kane's whore, isn't it? Frank Langella. How the hell could I forget Master of the Universe for doing that next week? Or was it 2 weeks? Bloody hell. Thank you, Mike. Welcome. Burkoff was in the science episode where they talk about heavy electricity. I need to watch that again. Ralph Fiennes in Schindler's List, of course. Thank you, Dr. Possible. Welcome. How the hell could I forget him? Yeah, of course. One of the most evil characters ever. Gary Oldman. I forgot about True Romance. I did The Professional. I remember that one. Lost in Space. Air Force One. There you go. Just at the same time, I mentioned that. Fifth Element, yeah. Frank is American, isn't he? Hang on. Who's Frank? Oh, Frank Langella. Of course. He is. Is he, though? Or is he just posh speaker? That's a good point. He is, I guess, he was, oh no, sorry, yeah, he was born in New Jersey. Sorry, just speaks proper. He'll play the Doctor. He played the Doctor in Alone in the Dark. There you go. That's it. Malcolm McDowell, yes. He played the worst, of course, how could I forget Caligula, the worst piece of shit ever. And then movies like Clockwork Orange and B stuff like Tank Girl and the only one I could find that quickly, Generations, because he's the main bad guy in that. He's also the good guy in Time After Time. He's the guy that wrote the book. Right. Voldemort. That's, of course, the biggest bad guy in a franchise. He was really shocked at the 1.9. Okay. I stand corrected. I obviously never looked that up. McDowell killed Captain Kirk in Star Trek Generations 2. That is true. Double bad guy. Yeah. I thought, threw me as well. Still a great film, though, yes. Christopher Lee, yep. There's too many for him to mention again. Jonathan Pryce was a baddie in Pirates of the Caribbean, I think. Yes, I guess he was certainly not helpful in the first film, was he? He was the one that kept people on the island. Sorry, I got some weird trailer here for IMDb. Sean Bean, Patriot Games. Of course, how did I got, I went GoldenEye, but I didn't go Patriot Games. He's not really bad in Pirates as such, exactly. Oh, Claude Rains, now we're going back a bit. Is Claude Rains English or British? We'll take any of the four, is it nations? See, I always assumed Claude Rains with that name. Oh yeah, there you go. Clapham area of London. Thank you. Watch out. Charles Dance. Hi, Tom. Yep. What did I do? I did the dance. Yep. Thank you. It's another one. Brian Cox. Yep. The two lectors. Yeah, 2 of the 4 lectors are British. Jeremy Irons. Yes. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah. Is he the bad guy? Because yeah, I saw Reversal of Fortune in the cinema. I've seen it a few times, but I don't know if is it definitive if he was the bad guy or not. I can't remember now. But yeah, Ron Silver. I was looking at his films and thought, no, he's not British. Robert Carlyle, The World's Not Enough. Yeah, but what did I bring down? Everything but The World Is Not Enough. But yes, especially Begbie in Trainspotting. Evil bastard. I think he's the bad guy in Ravenous, isn't he? Where is my Ravenous? I haven't seen that for a long time. I think it would be under horror, wouldn't it? Well, that's something for me to do tomorrow. There you go. See, I'm way behind on the chat. Let me catch up. He's Scottish. Does that count? Yeah, Scottish counts. He was the bad guy in Dave, but he was American. There you go. Christopher Plummer, of course. Shadow in Return of the Pink Panther, and creepy old Scooby-Doo style is the owner. Clown at Midnight. Now, has Christopher Plummer done, I guess, Star Trek 6? I didn't think he was English, is he? They're going to be British actors, not characters. So, let's have a look. Might be Canada's greatest thespian. So, no. Otherwise, I would have had Dragnet. H.G. Wells. There you go. That's it. That's who Malcolm McDowell played in Time After Time. I'll say Christopher Thomas Canadian. I would never have. Alfred Molina. Yeah, Doc Ock himself. Has he been a bad guy in a lot of films? So like Spider-Man, of course. I think he's supposed to, yeah, Born in London. Chocolat, Magnolia, Frida. Oh, yeah, he's definitely a bad guy in what's the porno film based on Boogie Nights. He's definitely a bad guy in that. He was a good guy in Species. But these people, there's so many things. So they've done shorts, they've done voices, they've done. He was Blofeld on Her Majesty's Secret Service radio play. Let's go back a bit. Pink Panther 2. I think he's a detective in that, isn't he? I can't remember who's the bad guy in Da Vinci Code. Christ, I've scrolled all the way down. I'm only on 1999. Guy's never stopped working. Using Miami Vice. Oh, he's attorney there. But I'm sure he's done quite a few things I haven't seen. Yeah, Laurence Olivier. You can end the stream now. Yeah, he is an evil bastard. Because I saw, what's it, the boys from Brazil and Marathon Man in the same week. And of course, he's the kind of the old gentleman in the boys from Brazil. And then he flips sides to be a Marathon Man. My opening post was referencing that. There you go. Is it safe? Christopher Plummer in the Canadian thriller Silent Partner. Yes, there's a bad guy. Is it Elliot Gold as the bank teller in that? Yep, arriving late, get back. Terrence Stamp, the Upper Force Zod. Yep. It's a great film. He's bad in Maverick. Who's that? The guy who's in Maverick. Too far behind. Robert Newton in Oliver Twist playing the vile and brutal Bill Sykes. Oliver, he was good in Oliver, but Newton was really nasty. Yeah, I did bring Oliver Reed. He's done a few nasty things, but I've got him for Condor Man. He's the bad guy in that. Mark Strong is always the bad guy. Of course he is. I think Sherlock Holmes, #1. But what's the other ones? He was always the bad guy. Done a few films, hasn't he? Diplomatic Immunity, indeed. Jeremy Irons should have been Oscar nominated for Dead Ringers. Yes, he's playing two characters completely different. You can see the differences in those, and nothing. Ian McGregor mirrored. Yeah, the Emperor from Star Wars. Although, was it a woman with chimp's eyes in the original Return of the Jedi until they fixed it later on? Yes, I remember El Cid. Was it like it's supposed to be CID, the police, isn't it? But yeah. Miranda, we haven't had many women. I couldn't find many women, but Miranda Richardson, I guess. What films has she been the bad guy in? Sleepy Hollow. Spoilers. Which is gonna bring the house down if I pull on that tape. Yes, El Cid. We're not doing real people. Strong was a bad guy in Kick-Ass. That's it. Yes, he is. He's the big villain in that. Let's see if I can bring up any more before you beat me to it. But he did start as a motorcycle police officer in what was I watching? Inspector Morse again. So he's in 1917. I think he's a good guy. He's a Shazam. He's the bad guy's dad, but he's not a good guy. He's a good guy in. I don't remember him in Doom Prophecies, a TV show. I haven't seen that. Maybe I wonder if I could speak to him. Anyway, he just hit the ground running once. He's in John Carter of Mars. I can't remember if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I think he's the good guy, isn't it? He's Sinestro in Green Lantern, so technically in the first film he's good, but then goes bad. And if there was ever a sequel, the Robin Hood with Gladiator Man. Don't know which one is he on there. Body of Lies. Rock and Roller. Don't know about that. Don't remember him in Stardust or Sunshine. Syriana, that's a good film. But yeah, I thought he was in Hostel at Hotel. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, there you go. He's been in The Bill. Makes a lot of sense. Right. Jesus Christ, did you know that? No, but it still works. We used it in a watch party. Cases, scenes, and matching, but yeah, it's got the lovely sticker and the big reels. But that's it was rented out in 6th of 11th, 89. Good old Fuji tape. Michael Caine, Dressed to Kill, spoilers from Mike. And in Shazam, yeah. Oh, he was the main bad guy in Shazam, isn't it? Not his dad. Bowie in Labyrinth. With his very tight trousers. Yeah, what else was Bowie in? Was he a bad guy in anything else? The Hunger? He was. I don't. Was he the bad guy in that? Or was he the? I remember I only saw it a few last year again. It's more style over substance, that film. Alfred Miller was the bad guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Of course, tried to kill Indy right at the beginning. Because who did I got Raiders here. Oh, sorry, I got Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark here. But yes, I had this for what's his name? Fuck. Paul Freeman. I'm gonna double check now. Am I wrong? I think Paul Freeman. Belloch. And then he was a bad guy in Hot Fuzz. There you go. He is Britain's underrated actors, yes. Hot Fuzz, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and The Long Good Friday, of course, he's in. So technically, I think, well, this count. Anyone as a gangster is a bad guy. But yeah, still with us, bless him. Trying to see if anything else. The Final Option. I know he's Sir Richard in that. Just watching a Operation Codename Wild Geese with Lewis Collins, who definitely could have easily been a Bond, even tougher than Timothy Dalton. Without a clue, he played Moriarty. There you go. We'll go with that. Anthony Hopkins as Lecter here. He Slipknot. Into the Night. He's not in it for long. Yeah. I was confused Into the Night with the JT's favorite film with Martin Scorsese about being in New York at night. Good evening, Double A. Thanks for joining us. Just thought of another one for Telephone for Pleasance. Yes, of course. I was going to do my Great Escape. Take me with you. I can see. Jason Isaacs. Of course. How do I miss Jason Isaacs? I was going through VHS, and most of these people have careers post VHS. Of course, he's Malfoy's dad, or whatever it's called. He's a Scouser. Definitely a bad guy and everything. Then he's in The Patriot, so depending on which side you're on, he's in the Death Star. And he's awesome in that. He's in that meme where with the medals, and he throws his coat off, and he's all these medals on him. But he's in The White Lotus at the moment. I've never seen that. Is it any good? People rave about it, so it's usually a bad sign. He is. Let's go back a bit. Death of Stalin. He's in Star Trek Discovery, but I think there's an alternate universe bad guy or something. Right, definitely. Batman, not Batman. Harry Potter. Going back. He's in the Tuxedo. Is he a bad guy in that with Johnny? He's in Resident Evil #1. I remember. But yeah. Helena Bonham Carter. Yes, definitely a bad guy in the Harry Potter films. Yes, Gary Oldman got seriously bored of playing bad guys. He mostly did it so he could fund that film, was it? A British film with a lot of swearing about his old life. That someone's going to tell me what it's called. Is High Plains Gesture a good movie? Isn't was it from 1973? I think I'm doing that one in July. Dress to Kill is fantastic. Yeah. Spoilers for a 45-year-old film. There you go. Favorite outside the trilogy then. The kidnapping bastard in Rush Hour is British. Is the actor British or the character British? But yes, I think I can never remember the guy's name. Of course, there is see the guy that's in everything. Where is he? Yes. Where is he? Not Chris Penn. Tom Wilkinson. So yes. Bad guy in he's passed away. I didn't realize that. It's a shame. He was in so many things. Trying to think back. Nah, he's a bad guy. He's in the bad guy in the Lone Ranger film. He's the bad guy in Batman Begins. He's in good guy in Mission Impossible 4. Valkyrie, but depends on which side you're on. Yeah, Batman Begins. But yeah, I think he's played a lot of bad guys. He's always in The Patriots, who's bound to be made to look like a bad guy in that. But yeah. A lot of stuff. Oh, he's in The Ghost of the Darkness. He's not really a bad guy, just a bit of a bastard. Liam is Liam Neeson, bad guy. I did try and think of Liam. I did bring a Liam film because did anyone see the trailer for The Naked Gun? He's supposed to be Frank Draben's son, but he's like, yeah, too old. Because never mind that. Should have had a young comedian up and comer for that, but yeah. I was going for Tim Roth in Rob Roy because I didn't know Brian Cox is in it and Eric Stoltz. I don't know what, but John Hurt's in it. That's another one. John Hurt. What's he been a bad guy in? Must have been something. The Elephant Man's no good guy, is he? Still got some tapes to go as a backup if I. Gary Oldman in The Professional, yeah, really bad guy. John Tao, that's it. Rush Hour. Liam is the bad guy in A Million Ways to Die in the West. That is true. He's done, I suppose, Darkman's an anti-hero, and trying to think, bad guys. He must have been something. Let me see. A-Team, Schindler's List, The Grey. Let's go back. Right back. He must have been a lot of narrations. I guess the bad cop in the Lego movie. But I think, is he that bad? Clash of the Titans. Zeus. Not the best person, but still. Oh, of course, Batman Begins. Another one from Batman Begins. He's Ducard. Or Alucard, or whatever it is. He was a good guy in that. Rob Roy, Schindler's List, Leap of Faith, but Under Suspicion, Darkman. Next to Kin, he's a good guy. High Spirits is Dead Ghost, but he's not really bad. I keep thinking Deadpool, but no, he's exonerated in that one. Suspect, another one. He was accused of murder, but got away with isn't the murderer. But so there we go. Being well, yeah. Neeson is bad in Deadpool in a fashion. He's just trying to get bums on seats, lad. Yeah. Josh, it's been a while, yeah. There's a channel called Planet X Filmworks doing a stream about it later. I always say though to those guys, you should get Carl or Dan on for a chat. They cover Westerns. I did discover that in my Commando video. Freddie Mercury was courted to play Bennett in Commando. But was let go after Queen played Sun City. That's why Vernon Wells looked so much like Freddie in the movie. In his very misfitting costume. More of a red herring in Deadpool, yes. It's just someone obsessed with his character in that. There you go. Lion was bad in Batman Begins, yeah. How could I forget? Yeah, exactly. Nil by mouth, thank you. That's it. So yes, that's Gary Oldman was doing lots of stuff, especially Lost in Space. The fund is a pet projects, as actors always do. Yes, how forgettable! It's a great film, though. John Cleese was the bad guy in Splitting Hairs. Yeah, with Rick Moranis. Is it Eric Idle? That's not the best film, but it's all right, I guess. Get a chuckle out of it. But yes, John Cleese has always played I don't know if he's played an all-out bastard. Fish Called Wonder, he's just caught up in a situation, but I guess he does run over someone with a steamroller. Holy Grail, he plays. I watched that the other night. He plays lots of different parts. He always plays. Can play nasty, but is he a bad guy? I guess he's no. Dreyfus in Pink Panther. Let's go back to his earlier work. World's Not Enough. He's R. Jungle Book, Frankenstein, 94. He's just a teacher in that. Splitting Hairs. There he is. Bullseye, Man on the Beach in Barbados who looks like John Cleese. I really need to watch Bullseye. It's got 4.5, so it's not the worst film that we've looked at tonight. Clockwise, Silverado is the sheriff, but it's just a cowardly sheriff, isn't he? Time Bandits is Robin Hood. But yeah. Yes, Ian McKellen, we had that, yeah. Richard III. I couldn't remember if Richard III was a bad guy. I think he was, yeah. At Pupil and Magneto, there we go. McKellen was a real nasty piece of work in At Pupil, yeah. The last time I looked at the Blu-ray is going for silly money. Yeah, it's funny reason that film is not available. Yes. If you want to talk American Westerns, Richard Boone always played the bad guy. Where is he? Roth is also a bad guy. And Hateful Eight. Yeah, there you go. There. All of them are not nice people. Could we put Charles Corky Withers from the 1978 film as the villain? Was he born in the UK? Or made in the UK? I'm somewhat optimistic for the new Naked Gun. That gag at the end of the trailer may be the hardest I've laughed in a mainstream comedy for years. I haven't seen the trailer fully. I only saw the beginning in silence with the OJ bit. But it's a nice touch. Huh? Hopefully it might bring comedy back. But if you watch any of the Naked Guns, they don't fly with the modern audience. Oh, Pam's in it. But it's old Pam, isn't it? It's like the method player villain. Did he do acting? You got to see Eddie and McKellen talking to Jonathan Ross about being Magneto in X-Men 3. It's so hilarious. All right. Bullseye's awful, but Kane and Moore's chemistry make it kind of brilliant. Yes, I bet it does. So, yes, what is it? The Spy Who Loved Me. Is that the one done? Yeah, should be out on Monday now, unless you're a member. Won't be watching the new Naked Gun. Please stop making remakes. Yes, just don't. Make a funny comedy film with a policeman. Sure. It doesn't have to have name recognition or an IP that they can piss on. Yeah, we'll try and find one of these days. There you go. It's probably on YouTube, isn't it? Ishtar, Bullseye, double feature. Make it happen, Tasties. You used your one wish. You got Ishtar. And so unless you want Dr. Impossible to use his wish. Just seeing the trailer actually going, it's got to Hollywood these days. Yeah. Is it playing it safe so that they won't offend anyone? Of course, the lovely Peter Cushing wearing his, what's he wearing? Pink fluffy slippers, playing General Morph or whatever it is in Star Wars Episode 1. I think he's played a bad guy in a few Hammer films, hasn't he? I guess Frankenstein is not, Dr. Frankenstein is not the best man in the business. Right, where are we at? Who we left out? Oh, of course. Richard E. Grant in Hudson Hawk. I don't know if he's certainly evil and he's a mad bastard. But yeah, I don't know. Let's try this camera out. I've got different cameras there. No, it's not going to focus. Did you say what's his name? Kenneth Branagh? Wiki Wow Wow West. You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. A racist. It's more of a bad guy than a racist these days. Right, there we go. Like that. Let's have a look. What else have I got here? Art Malik I've chose because in True Lies, of course. Very bad. Let's have a look. I do believe Art Malik is British. I do like to think it's the same character from Living Daylights. Oh, no, sorry. Ignore that one. He was born in Pakistan. He moved to London when he was a child, so it doesn't count. Fuck T-bills. Fuck blue chips. Fuck job bonds. Gold. Right, Rupert Everett. What's he play the bad guy in? My Best Friend's Wedding. Oh, the bastard. Cemetery Man, which is probably his best film, isn't it? Of course, he was in. Inspector Gadget with the first film, wasn't he? He was the bad guy. Was he the the bad guy in that? Shrek 2, Prince Charming. I guess he was the bad guy in that. Inspector Gadget. There you go. Sanford Skrillex. I don't think I've seen the whole film. I'm trying to think. Dunstan checks in. Was he the bad guy in that? But yeah, one of those that's been in a lot of stuff that I've never seen. But he was, or is a great actor. Derek Jacobi. Dead. Spoilers for Dead Again. Derek Jacobi, definitely. I forgot about him, but I did get Ian Holm in Alien, another rotter. I guess you could say Alien Romulus. Spoilers. Eccleston in Gunnings. Yes, of course, Christopher Eccleston. He's always played someone that's a bit wrong. But yeah, he was the main protagonist. Is it protagonist or the other? I can never remember. Christopher Eccleston Cakes. And of course, Thor the Dark World he's in. He's the bad elf in that. Shallow Grave, I don't know. And 28 Days Later is definitely the bad guy in that. Let's have a look. What else? Another one that's done too bloody many things. Let's go back to the old days. See what we can see. Yes, Gone in 60 Seconds. Existence. I don't know if he's bad in that. Cracker. He was very bad in Cracker, wasn't he? Or was he the good guy in Cracker? No, it's the other guy I'm thinking of in Cracker. Episode of Boone. Everyone was in Boone. Oh, it's Inspector Morse. That's it. He was the bad guy in Inspector Morse. Good guy in Cracker. Charles Dance. Yep. We had him. I'll tell you what, I'll play my intro again because it was so epic. Let's have a look who we got in there. Not him. That one.
Expecting you.
Shame. Don't you know ponytails are out this season?
Piss off! Bollocks to plan, eh? I like this. Up yours, arso. You ain't worth a toss. Perret! The geezer you want, Perret. He's Perret.
Who the hell is Perret?
The bloke with me in prison. He's the governor.
Yeah, where's he now? Where's the governor?
You are strong. Very strong. Strongest so far. But you're nearly dead. For what? Make the radio call. I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon! Why not an axe?
Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
And keep the stitches small.
What are you doing? Oh, just checking to see if I was standing on plastic.
Diplomatic community.
Oh, I think we go straight to the throat.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Who said we were terrorists? You really an American? You idiot. Just call the police. It's him.
Have a nice day.
Indeed. So yeah, I forgot about Derek O'Connor. Lethal Weapon 2. Right, what else do we get to? Oh yes, Time Bandits. Played the in home was Napoleon. That's it. If I can find that interview, he goes into depth about the hawk in his book with nails. So yes, I think I've read the with nails book from Swazi Boy. He's the claw. There you go. That's it. Golden Child. Yes. Inspector Gadget. Let's see. He was Everett was in there. What did I get to? Charles Larson last name. There you go. Loretta Frostrop. Yes, she interviewed him. I love Biggles. I've got a. Hang on, I'm going to show off. I've interviewed. Alex Hyde White. I've interviewed, and Neil. I sent this to Alex Hyde White. He signed it, and then he sent it on to Alex Neil Dickinson, and he signed it, and then they sent it back, which is bloody kind of them. But yeah, I love Biggles. I got the soundtrack as well on vinyl. Anyone else heard that Paul Rudd and Jack Black have made a comedy remake of Anaconda? I can't think of anything less appealing. Yes, I did see that. I wasn't sure what was happening there with that, but it's a spook fizzle. Isn't it about the two of them visiting the locations of Anaconda, and then there's a real Anaconda or something stupid? What about Dick Van Dyke? He's quite clearly British. We all heard his top-notch accent in Poppins. Is he British? Golly, I say. Although, isn't Archie Leach He was born in Missouri. Dick is a nice guy. Hi, Tom. Have a nice day. Yes, we were just talking about that. Where have you been, Mike? We just talked about that. Chris Sarandon and his British accent in The Princess Bride. Yes. Doesn't count. He's not British himself, I don't think. Fingers crossed, I will be asking him in possibly June. But I've got to keep asking. He is West Virginian, born and raised. Nah, he's British. Well, he must be with that accent. My mistake. Who am I to trust the internet? Now I got the old man in RoboCop 2 and I forgot about Halloween 3. But, yeah, I can't be bothered. But yeah, what's it? Oh, hurry. No, I believe he's I didn't double check, but I believe Dan O'Leary is Irish roots, at least. If I could spell, can't even spell Halloween tonight. Season of the Witch. There's a Halloween 3 made in 2001, apparently. Where is he? Dan O'Leary, Colonel Cochran. To be sure, we got a lovely place to take her. He was born in County Wexford, so yeah, I'm counting that. We're all friends in this country, aren't we, with Ireland? You won't know his name, but John Wood was a Shakespearean actor who often played the baddie. He was a bad spy in Jumping Jack Flash and a bunch of other movies. I've got Wood. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I know him. Of course, he was, like it says, passed away in 2011. But yeah, he was, like you say, in Jumping Jack Flash. He's in War Games, Dad Bishop in Lady Hawk. Yeah, he was always a wrong un, wasn't he? The little vampire. Oh dear. Always in the Avengers, as in the Ralph Fiennes, Sean Connery. Of course, we had Sean Connery there, bad guy in the Avengers. I'm trying to think. Sisters Next. That's a hell of a film. TV movie from 1995. If you come away from this without a think, watch that. But yeah, Jumping Jack Flash. I'm trying to think of the others. Purple. Yeah, definitely Lady Hook. Of course, he was Falcon in one War Games. Excellent. Thank you, Ian. He's just busy. It's postponed. It's convention season, unfortunately, so I've got to wait. He's got his own podcast. He does about cooking. He's all over the shop. But I think I spoke to him in emails personally. So I snagged him because he's probably sick of Fright Night and Princess Bride and Child's Play talk. So I snagged him on some other stuff that he's done. And he's probably sick of Nightmare Before Christmas talk as well. So I was schmoozing him with other stuff he's done. He's played the devil. He's played Dracula. He's played other stuff. And Jesus. So I snagged him with that. So he has said yes, just can't set a date. Halloween 3 bad guys. See, I'm correct. John Castle, of course, John Castle in RoboCop 3. But he's another one that's normally the bad guy, isn't he? Was it John Castle? I'm trying to think where I know him from. Yes, the white-haired man that looks like he's in Blow Up. The line in which I'm trying to think why I've known him. Definitely know him from something I've seen lots, and it's not Casualty. As what's he called? Brian Bullet Taylor in Casualty. The New Avengers. Yeah, a lot of British TV. I don't know if it was the episode of Lovejoy. Inspector Morse. No, nothing's ringing a bell here that I've seen him in. Definitely seen him in something. Maybe it's the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, we'll never know. Roger Moore, I think, played the bad guy in Curse of the Pink Panther, if I'm not wrong. He played... what did he played Inspector Clouseau, didn't he? Can't remember now. I did watch something about it the other day. According to the always accurate wiki, Keith Sutherland was born here. So yes, then you've got what? Stand By Me, the Lost Boys. Let's have a look. He was born in London to Canadian actors, but shortly Moved to California after his birth. Phone booth, bad guy in that. Mirrors, he's the good guy. So let's have a look. Flatliners remake or sequel or whatever it is. Another one that's done thousands of bloody stuff. Time to Kill. He's a KKK. Few Good Men. Technically, maybe bad guy. But yeah, definitely played a few bad guys. And he was born in Britain. And the man who... I did think of the man who haunted himself as Roger Moore, but yeah. Is it a ghost or what? Josh is counting it. Keith was born in London. I did not know that. Thanks for that. I used to think Donald Sutherland was Irish, but he's Canadian. I assumed he was Irish because of the eagle that's landed. Yeah, his Irish is muddled, isn't it? I'm sure that's his accent, but yeah. And Moore did play an Arzai in Escape to Athena, yeah. And yeah, he played it in that, and then was it Kane was in Eagle Has Landed. Right, what else we got? Oh, talking to these Irish fellas, we've got End of Days with playing the devil is Stupid Flashing Lights. Gabriel Byrne, of course, who's also, I guess, I don't know if the Usual Suspects count. He does kill people and rob people, but compared to Kaiser Soze, he's a fucking choir boy. Double check he's fucking actually British. Go on this way and find out he's not. If I could spell Gabriel, there he is. He was born in Dublin, so it counts. Miller's Crossing, I don't know if he's technically a bad guy in that. The Awful Hereditary. Assault on Precinct 13. Oh, he's the captain in that. Ghost Ship. He's a robber, but he's a good guy, yeah, because he did Father Andrew Kirman in Stigmata in 1999, and then End of Days, he played the devil. D'Artagnan, he's been Mad Dog at Time. But yeah, Point of No Return, he's Bob. But yeah, I'm sure he's played bad guys. He was excellent as the man who haunted himself. He was, yes. Richard Harris, then, if we're counting the Irish, for Unforgiven. English Bob. Was he the bad guy? He played the friendly Nazi. Well, yeah, some of them were just following orders. I'm trying to think Richard Harris has been the bad guy now, because Harry Potter, good guy. Wild Geese on Tuesday, very good guy. Spoilers, very few of them survive. Juggernaut, he's the good guy. Technically in Patriot Games, he's the good guy. Gladiator, he's the good guy. Camelot, King Arthur. He's probably Tarzan the Ape Man. Oh dear. Orca, the jury's out. Strike Commando 2. Yeah, him and Pleasance. Paddy O'Neill. Who wrote that fucking Patriot Games? I need an Irish name. But yeah, plenty of work for him. I mentioned this before. Why can't Terence Stamp from Bethnal Green do a convincing Cockney accent in The Limey? Because he's travelled the world. Look at Conor McLeod from Highlander. He's from lots of different places. Dan, yes. Dan O'Hirley was in Failsafe. Is that his son? Or was that their old man? I can't remember which one's going around. I'm getting lost in O'Hirley's. But yeah, Gavin, isn't it, his son? Yeah, so Gavin was in Death Wish 3, but was, I don't know if he was born. There he is, Gavin, sorry, not Gavin. It might be Gavin. He was born in Dublin. He's in Never Say Never Again. The Descent Part 2's. He's in Willow. Is he the bad guy in Willow or is he a good guy? He's in Brad in Superman 3, so he's an asshole, but not necessarily a bad guy. Oh, The Descent Part 2 was his last film. That's unfortunate. According to George Pan Cosmatos, they do. You should have King Solomon's Mines tribute following Richard Chamberlain's death. I saw that film for the first time in a long time, a couple of months ago, and it was a struggle to get through. So I don't think I could have much fun with that. Ian McShane, of course. I always think of Lovejoy when Ian McShane, but what's that Western TV show? Not Hardwood, Deadwood. What else has McShane been in? He certainly played both sides in the John Wick franchise. Deadwood, there you go. Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Yeah, he is definitely one that goes both ways, if you know what I mean. Hercules, I think he was a good guy in Hercules. Oh yeah, he's the one that can foresee his death in Hercules, isn't he? The remake. Captain Hook in Shrek 3. But yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, Sexy Beast we mentioned earlier with oh fuck, I'm losing my mind here with all these names. Right, I was reading about Cosmatos yesterday. It's like nobody had a good word to say about him. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, Oliver. We had Condoman and a few others. If you got any more, let us know, Ramon. Stuff. It's probably any English actor with some charm and could be Bond at some point. Bit of a stretch, but Michael Gambon in Layer Cake. I forgot about Gambon. Was he bad guy in Cook the Thief and the Lover? I thought it was just naming English actors now, aren't we? Right, let's have a look. What time is it? Hour and 16. Right, got a few more tapes. But Gambon, he's played tough men before, hasn't he? Yes, the thief. I think the thief. Cook, his wife, his lover. He's the bad guy in that. Was he the bad guy in Paddington 2? I don't think something obvious. But yeah, he's normally playing gangsters or something, isn't he? Sleepy Hollow. Maybe he's did a bad thing. Baby did a bad thing. Was he the bad guy in Toys with Robin Williams? Mobsters? Dry White Season? No, he's just a magistrate in that. But I'm sure he's... Oh, he loves it. You can do that on your channel then, Jeff. But yes, McShane was the baddie in Kung Fu Panda, wasn't he? Yes, here you go. Jean Marsh in Willow. I did try to think of who the witch in Willow was, yes. She's Billy Whitelaw's in The Omen. This is for you, Damien. Reed was the bad guy in Oliver. Condoman. I had Condoman, but it's in the pile somewhere now. Christopher Lee, we mentioned him. Too many to mention. The best comedy grape soda threat scene of all time. Panoramic. He plays a werewolf in Hammer, That's the point. But are werewolves the bad guys? They can't technically stop themselves. Legendary bad guy. Vanessa gave him Mission Impossible. I guess, she is doing a very dodgy deal. Angela Lansbury, Manchurian Candidates, yes. Gambon was the bad guy in Open Range with Colin Costner. I haven't seen that. I've only seen it once back in the day. I don't think of the many times he was the good guy, exactly. Right. Gosford Park, he was kind of a nasty man. Yeah, it's not. He's some Cannon fan. Yes, not all Cannon films are gold. There is 50% of them are not great. So let's wrap this up with some Tom Hardy in Star Trek Nemesis as a young lad. He played the bad Picard. We've got someone we haven't mentioned him yet, but Ben Cross played bad guys and everything. This is Live Wire. He's the bad guy in this, but he's had a very good career of bad guys. What's his name? Dugan. No, what's his name? Dougray Scott was the bad guy in Mission Impossible. He's played a few rough guys, and we have Stuart Wilson in Lethal Weapon 3, No Escape, And there was a third film he did right around that time. We got Carrie Elways in Twister and the Morgan Freeman serial killer film. Oh, I missed a Gary Oldman one, Fifth Element. That was supposed to be in the pile of Gary Oldman films. So. Here we go. Right. And then, yes, we had David Warner in Tron. Yes, he's the bad guy now. I forgot about that. Yeah. I think someone mentioned after I mentioned Time After Time and Star Trek 6. Who was the bad guy in Fast and Furious 6? Oh, yes. Something Evans, isn't it? Kenneth Branagh in Hellraiser 2 is also the bad guy in Chimera. Yeah, that's another one. He played a rotter sometimes. I'm sorry, Gareth, you mean all the canon? I'm sorry, yes, for Josh tonight, all the canon films are gold. Exactly. Yeah. I saw, was it 3 Kinds of Heat last year? Gambon and Toys. I'm nothing if I don't fly the flags for the Notorious Hollywood bombs. Yes. I loved Toys when it came out. I don't think I just appreciate it as much now. No, most canon films suck. We only remember the good ones. See, Ramon knows. Yes. Statham was the bad guy in one of the, was it? I can't keep counting them. But he played the bad guy in something else. Is it War? No, something else. I'm sure he's been the bad guy in something else, surely. Yeah, Josh just not having a good week with people disliking his stuff. He's recently got a ton of Blu-ray access. Recently got a Betamax VCR. Had to repair it. I have quite a few Betamax, but no player. I got a box full of recorded or possibly blank Betamax tapes that I would love to find out what's on them. So once I find a Betamax player, and I've got a stack of. I got Raw, Annie, Thriller, and stuff on Betamax. The stack. Let's be about 10, 15 films or music things on there. Everyone always mentions Chimera. I always forget to watch it. For every Death Wish 3, that was going bananas. See, exactly. I don't think I have seen many of the bad canon films. That's the trouble. You probably even never heard of half of them. But yeah, they just chuck them out. Which is what we'll be discussing on the last Friday of the month, I think it is. It's going to be Friday night the video store. I'm going to find as many VHS sleeves of films I don't have by Canon. And then we can go through that on that night. Bolero is one. Yeah. That's one with the nudie cover. She's got tits out on the VHS cover in the UK. Timothy Dalton in that Blood Jesus film. Rocketeer, yes. I had that at the beginning, but mine's missing its sleeve at the moment. But yeah, he was. Rocketeer is great. The Stone Woman. One of the best parts of it. Yes, get me the Stone Woman. Glover. He wasn't really a bad guy. It's not like Hans Gruber level, was he? What was the rest of the time? Was it War with Jet Li? Canon is pure gold, even when they are shite. Compared to some of the stuff we get today, because I watched As a Dare, was it The Marvels, Captain America, Brave New World, and Venom 3. So yes, I would rather watch a Canon film of any level. You're shocked every time I say this. Claire Higgins in Hellraiser. She's the one that lures the men up to the bed, isn't it? So yes, I will always support and defend Canon. Yeah, just see if there's a clip show of the nude bits. That's the only reason to watch Bolero. Or watch what is it? I think the Cinema Snob did an episode, which is a lot better than the film, and it will only cost you about 20 minutes. I will defend Canon, but they made lots of crap. I will too. They did, yes. They made a lot of crap that most people have never even heard of. Oh, look. No, there it is, Canon logo. Just in case. Seriously, Electric Blue movies are one of the most modern comedies. Yes, comedies is a relative term these days. Yeah, we had Paul Freeman in Raiders. Valera is great. Can't go wrong with the amount of nudity. Who cares about the plot? Yeah, if you've got peak Bo Derek naked on a... Well, is that the one she's naked on a horse, naked in a waterfall, and naked everywhere else? But yeah, watch the Tarzan film. I don't think Cannon did that one though. Would you fuck this monkey? Ron Moody as Fagin and Merlin. Yeah, he was the bad guy in was it Yankee and King Arthur's Court? Was it? Yeah, the spaceman King Arthur. No, was it? Unidentified fine oddball. You are quite you were quite evil during double track of it. Yeah, I had to sit through that twice in 24 hours. Electric Boogaloo is probably my favorite documentary, yes. But what about, damn, what was their version, the Cannon's version? It was them praising themselves and they couldn't get anyone to be in it. Shaving Reverend Brandt is a better movie than Bolero. You please easily, Jeff. Castaway next for you. Messenger of Death. I was mostly disappointed by the title. Yeah, you got Bronson on the cover with a shotgun for Messenger of Death, and then he's a reporter. That thing is going to work. Seriously, God bless Bo Derek. Indeed. Right, let's wrap this up. We've accomplished nothing, but mentioned a lot of names and had a bit of a fun along the way. So yes, I'll be back with Jeff for Wild Geese. It's another long one, 2.25 hours this one, but it does fly by. So we'll have fun with that. Yes, Over the Top is the worst Cannon's film. Yeah, that's what I agree with Jeff. And what day is it? Saturday. So yes, everyone enjoy the rest of their weekend if you've got any of it left. Thank you, Byron. Thanks for Josh for being here and Byron. And yeah. Jeff knows his place. What more can we do? I'm sure you won't enjoy King Lear, Othello, or Love Stream's art house film produced by Cannon. Yes, I don't think even I wouldn't tackle any of those. Great fun. I think I covered all the key British baddies. Exactly. Later, Mike. I take it back. It wasn't fun. How dare you? Night all. Later, Mike. Night Franz. Night Ramon. I own Aeon Flux on HD DVD bonus. Warner Brothers disc probably no longer plays. Jealous. Just a little bit. I have been collecting a few HD DVDs. I got Mission Impossible 3, Terminator 3, a few of those others. But yeah, I would, if I see them, I do collect them. Oh, he's going to watch The Fly on Betamax. Nice. Goodbye, Dr. Impossible. Over the Top is great. It's all right. It is. Oh, there you go. Might send me a link. Yes, Google Bolero Bo Derek and then take the filters off. Good night, you heathen. You say one bad thing about Over the Top. Ooh, Torlandine, exactly. Josh knows his stuff. He does. He's very welcome here. I'll be watching and listening to you tomorrow, Jeff. He turns on a dime, though. Right, goodbye. I'm ending this. Good.